Yeah, I made a theme song. I probably won't remember it tomorrow though. What's poppin'? So, as you can tell by the title, your girl got she got COVID. Your girl got COVID. That's not cute. That is not cute. Anyways, so I figured that I would come to you guys today. I think this side of my face is like cuter, you know? So I'm gonna just talk to you guys like this. No, I'm playing. I'm not Ariana Grande. Let me chill out. Anyways, how did I even get COVID, right? I guess that's the first like question. Well, I got the Delta strain of COVID, so I think I got it from my job. To be very clear, my employer never mandated like that we need masks or anything. She never specifically asked me if I was vaccinated. She never disclosed whether or not she was vaccinated or not to me, but I am assuming that like her and her family are vaccinated due to the fact that on the door of the building it says like you can come in without a mask if you're vaccinated. Now listen here, before you come at me like, oh my god, you're not vaccinated and you're not wearing a mask, shut the fuck up. Respectfully, please shut the fuck up. You see, I do not believe in Western medicine. I can't stress that enough. If y'all have not learned anything on my channel, you should have learned that I don't believe in Western medicine. I do not see vaccinations as something that helps our country in any way or helps the world in any way. In fact, things like vaccines just harm and destroy, because things that are designed by Mother Nature to create a population control are being directly counteracted by these medicines. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm for the vaccine or I'm for vaccinating anything or I'm for anything that involves a Western medicine doctor, a hospital, a doctor's office, anything along that nature. I don't like it. You might as well call me a Mormon, because that's basically where my ideals align. Don't give it to me. I don't want it. I will not sit there for it. I do not care. I do not care. No, my family will not be getting it either. Like, and that is super nerve-wracking for me to say. But that is the truth of the matter of who I am. Like, in the end of the day, this is who I choose to be. So I gotta, you know, I gotta live with it. I gotta honor that, and I gotta stick by what the fuck I'm saying. So in all realness, because I know for a fact that there are people who are terrified of catching this virus, but are also very intrigued on what happens when you catch the virus, coming from a Eastern medicine freak like myself, here's what happens. Yeah, so I'm almost positive that I got the virus at work, because that's when I started having all these little suspicious symptoms. But at the same time, if you visited previous videos of mine, I've been dealing with a miscarriage. So being that the symptom is vomiting and headaches, it's almost impossibly hard to decipher whether or not you're having extremely bad period headaches or apparently COVID headaches. I couldn't differentiate, at least in the beginning stages. I mean, over time it became very much more clear, but as far as like that first incubation week that like lets everybody know like, hey, I'm sick, yeah, your girl thought that she was just going through miscarriage period pains and shit. Like, I didn't think that it was anything serious. Like, yo, I did not think it was no COVID. If I had thought it was COVID, obviously I would have been like way more safer. But I didn't think it was COVID until like a week later, when I lost my smell and my taste. So first of all, COVID, it suspiciously feels like the flu. You will probably very much think that you have a cold or a flu if you come in contact with COVID and fight it off before it takes over your immune system. You will more than likely think you have the flu. You will 100% probably think you have the flu. Not even the flu, a common cold. Because, like, it was just mucusy. Like, you know, just like mucus build up in the throat, mucus build up in the nose. Like, it's just mucusy like a cold. Like, even my flus weren't that mucusy. But, like, anytime I catch a cold, it's all mucus and no, like, body problems, you know? And me, that's what it felt like. It was all mucus, no body problems. So I was like, oh, just kind of cold. Like, I'll drink some lemon water, be fine, you know? Be fine. That was a lie. I was not fine. And then you have the slight headaches, but the headaches are not in your head, they're in the back of your eyes. So, like, that was weird. That was the only thing that had me, like, just a little suspicious. But, like, I didn't think too much of it because I was just like, you know, headaches is a period symptom. When you miscarry, your period symptoms are on crack. Your period symptoms are also your, like, pregnancy symptoms, and which are also your afterbirth symptoms. Like, pretty much the symptoms that you have when you're on your period carry through your entire phase of child reproduction. Like, you know, through pregnancy, after birth, you pretty much have the same symptoms. They're just on crack, in different types of crack. Like, some are on regular crack, and then some are on heroin crack, and then some are on nuclear crack. Like, you're just like, yo, why? You dig? So that's just a touchy subject. Anyways, I'm going to stop apologizing for myself, and I'm gonna stop acting like I'm the worst person in the world because I was out and about and I didn't realize I had COVID. Because in the end of the day, what the fuck am I to do? And what the fuck are you to do? Like, tell me what the fuck you're to do if you think you have just a regular little cold and you don't even think you got, like, a real cold. Like, you really think that you just got the, like, the beat. Like, tell me what you would do if you were in the early development stages of what you think is a cold. And sit here and tell me to my face that you're gonna lock yourself up in the house on quarantine over a cold. No, you're not. No, you're going to proceed as normal. You're going to take your vitamins. You're going to drink your emergency. You're going to boost your immune system. And you're going to keep going with your life because you are a bad bitch or sir. And you ain't got no time to let no cold stop your bag. Like, and that's me. I didn't have no time. Okay, anyways. So now that we have this together and we're both on the same page as that we are the same type of human and I'm not a terrible person. Start with the first system. So I already told you about the headaches. The headaches start in the back of your eyes, like I said, and then they strap around your head. They feel like a headband. They are straight up migraines, my guy. Straight up migraines. They not no little baby headache. They not no little small headache. They are straight up migraines. Now, the fact I don't agree with, it says that they're long lasting. That is debatable, okay? That is debatable. Sometimes they can be extremely long lasting, but after taking pain medication, they tend to disappear ASAP. Like, they're gone. Like they never happened. Like, and they be gone for a while. I could take one set of pain medication and not have headaches for the rest of the day. But let's say the next day, halfway through my day, I might get another headache. Now, again, all of these symptoms are interchangeable, and it might not happen that way for you, which is understandable, and I apologize if it's any worse than what the heck I've been going through. But at the same time, this is my experience, and, like, what am I to do? So, yeah, they start in the back of your eyes, like, legit, like, they feel like they're in the back of your eyes, and then they strap around there. They not fun. They're not fun. Vomiting. I did not vomit, but I did dry heave a lot, and I did feel like I was about to throw up a lot. Like, to the point where I even, like, left work twice because I just felt like I was finna puke too bad, and like just the smell of being around cinnamon rolls made me want to vomit. But I only vomited one time, and it was after I drank a lot of cranberry juice. And I was drinking a lot of cranberry juice because simultaneously COVID bladder infection combo, not the move. So drinking a lot of cranberry juice right now, and yeah, that's when I threw up. Now, what I think triggered me throwing up, by the way, I got a new tattoo. Yeah, that's cute. Anyways, what triggered me throwing up is what I believe was the mucus from the COVID draining into my stomach, and like instead of me like spitting it out and purging it, like it would like I would swallow it. I think that it dying was just so volatile on my stomach that my stomach was like, we gotta get this up. So that is the only thing I threw up, suspiciously enough. Even though I had eaten food, ate soup, all of that, I kept everything down. But the second that I gave myself like enough cranberry juice, boy, it went down and it came right back out. It was like, yeah, no, we gotta get this out. As soon as I got all that mucus out though, I felt pretty good, and a lot of my symptoms started clearing up super quickly too. Like right after I threw up, that was pretty much smooth sailing from there. What else? Body aches. So my friend in there who has COVID, his body aches are body wide, like his whole body hurts. Me on the other hand, I have more like joint pain aches. Like when I'm laying down, my ankles hurt and my wrists hurt, but like I wouldn't sit here and say like my like thighs or like my calf muscles hurt. None of that really hurts like that, but definitely ankles, definitely wrists, definitely joint pains. Definitely the places that I think are growing right now. So that could be a reason as to why I'm not getting that many like muscle aches compared to like other people who are full grown adults. I technically am finishing off growing right now, whereas he has been done growing for a minute, even though he thinks he grew some more. I guess he kind of looked like he grew some more, but it wasn't a lot. Like me, I'm growing full inches right now. Like it's not even cute. And yeah, so I think that's why my ankles hurt opposed to having like full joint pain. I mean, full muscle pains. Why do I talk with my bottom lip? That's not cute. Yeah, I should start talking like this more, huh? This is a little bit more cute, huh? Like I don't look like I'm frowning, like I'm Miss Evil, huh? I'm going to steal your Dalmatians. Hi, my name is Lana. Yeah, this is cuter. Okay, let me cough. Let's get into that one. The coughing only happens when there's too much mucus in my lungs. When my body needs to get rid of the mucus, that's when the coughing happens. Other than that, I don't cough. I'm not just out in public spewing all over everybody. So that is something to be aware of. You might not know who has COVID and who doesn't, because they could very well be standing up straight and their body draining properly, and boom, now they don't got no cough no more. And I know I'm not the only COVID person who cough just not there when they standing up, because he barely coughed too. Like coughing is not something that I have been doing a lot of, meaning all of them little precious signs that say, oh, if you have coughing, fever, you can't enter this establishment, they don't apply to me, because I didn't have coughing and I didn't have no fever. So what would make me think I got COVID? You see what I'm saying? This is why I'm telling y'all about me having COVID Delta, because it doesn't look like regular COVID, so how would you know? And they say that this strain of COVID is passed from the vaccinated to the non-vaccinated, which I guess is an incentive to get vaccinated, but also is not, because I have still seen people put AirPods to their vaccination areas, and I'm sorry, but I'm not putting nothing magnetic in my body. I don't care if you trying to tell me that I can get different versions of the vaccine, some that don't mess with my RNA and some that do, or if you telling me that I don't care. Like, you can give me reason after reason after reason as to why I should get it, and I can give you reason after reason after reason as to why I'll never get it. Specifically because of the fact that I don't want a magnetic arm. If you have successfully injected a metal liquid into my arm, then you are like steps away from making me a human robot, and I'm good. I'm good. And so we went over coughing, we went over headaches, we went over a lot of stuff. Oh, so lost of smell and lost of taste, right? That one was interesting because I literally just woke up and I just couldn't smell shit, and I didn't even realize I couldn't smell shit. Like, I honestly don't remember when I stopped smelling, but I do remember when I started, because I went to go get some Subway and I was smelling. And yes, I stayed 6 feet apart. Yes, I had on 2 masks despite the fact that masks are not required. Yes, I made sure everybody around me was protected. I'm also very much almost completely healthy. Also, there's nobody in my household that can go out and do stuff for me. So what am I to do other than do it for myself? Please respectfully shut the fuck up, because your paradigm and my paradigm are not the same. You might have family that can go places for you and do stuff for you. My family, like, my mom not pulling up just to bring me a Subway sandwich. She did come and bring me like groceries and stuff so that I don't have to be in the grocery store prolonged shopping. But as far as fast food, like, I don't got nobody to go give me no food real quick. Like, that's all on me, okay? So chill out. Anyways, so yeah, I walked in that Subway and boy, the gates of heaven opened. Like, it smelled so good. It smelled so good. It smelled so good. Like, and it tasted good too. But so here's my theory on kind of what's happening here. I think the virus is directly affecting your brain, okay? And that sounds a little scary, but hear me out. That's the only thing that makes sense. It's going up through your nasal cavity, affecting your brain. That's why you're getting the headaches going around your brain. And the part of your brain that it's infecting also has something to do with your sense of smell. Now, I don't know none of the like logical terms for it, but I feel like this could possibly be what's happening, okay? It's going up your nose, it's getting to your brain, it's infecting your brain, it's infecting the part of your brain that deals with your sense of smell. That in turn is giving you this humongous ass headache, okay? And then because you can't smell, 70% of smell is taste. 70% of taste is smell. Since you can't smell, of course you can't taste, because I lost my taste, but I only lost my taste in the center of my tongue. Anything on the sides, anything under my tongue, I could taste it. I couldn't taste anything dead right there. I can kind of taste it now, though. But I couldn't taste nothing in that area at all. I couldn't taste nothing sweet. Not a single thing sweet. Like, it could be made out of pure sugar and I would never know. It would taste like bland cream. Popcorn, even though it's buttered, tastes like kettle corn with no sugar. Like, just a little bit of salt. You ever ate plain popcorn? That's not good. Now, what about when you know the popcorn's not plain, but it still tastes plain? That's the, like, predicament I was in. Couldn't taste anything, y'all. Couldn't smell nothing. I sprayed myself with perfume. I didn't smell it at all. Like, I'm breathing, but I'm not smelling. Like, in and out, no smell. That right there is why I think the virus affects your brain. Because if it affected just your nasal cavity, you should be able to break through the mucus layer and smell just a little bit of something. But it got to the point where there was no like serious mucus in my nasal cavity impairing my breathing, yet I still couldn't smell a single thing. And I noticed that my smell did not start coming back until I started getting better. But when I started getting better, the headaches came back, but they were mild now. And it kind of, like, it just kind of felt like a lot of pressure that had been inside of my head is now just, like, being relieved and leaving. So that's why I think it affects your brain. I think it affects your brain. I think it affects your brain. There's nothing else for me to say. I think it affects your brain. I really do. I think it's a serious work of art that the government has created. I think it is a serious biowarfare disease that has been created here. There's like no other explanation in my mind, at least, because like, make it make sense. Random virus outbreaks in China. I'm working in the airport when they say that the virus comes out, and they wasn't quarantining nothing. Like, the way they're making it sound, they're making it sound like the second that they found out about it, they started working on it and this, that, and the third. I worked in the airport for the first 3 months that virus was outbreaked in 2021, and I watched the CDC lose patients every day. Lose people. How do you lose confirmed COVID suspects? How? Like, they're literally on a plane, getting off the plane, and being forced to come through customs. Where would they have gone? You can't just hop out a window in the airport and think you're finna get away, because you're gonna end up on the runway terminal and somebody's gonna see you. You can't get out of immigration because there's literally police officers at almost every booth, and then right behind the police officers at almost every booth, you have people like me escorting people all throughout it. Like, you have to go through a police officer booth to even get to the other side. Like, so you're telling me that how you lose them? How you lose them? They weren't trying to catch them. I feel like it was orchestrated. And the first COVID, I am 100% sure I've been exposed to multiple times, and my body has never caught it. And yet, now all of a sudden, this Delta version comes out, and kids is catching it. All kinds of people is catching it. I don't know. Just make it make sense, y'all. Just make it make sense. It's not making sense to me. But yeah, so I think I covered everything. Loss of smell, loss of taste, headaches, vomiting, constipation. I have another theory. I think the mucus blocks the hole that your intestine hole. I think it blocks that hole. I think the mucus is so sticky that it can actually block that hole. And I say this for a few reasons. One, because my body was rejecting it. Quite literally rejecting it. Two, I didn't have a bowel movement for almost a week and a half. And it wasn't until I started drinking stuff to try to help break down that mucus that those bowel movements did begin to occur. So be careful of that. And I mean, it makes sense because the mucus can get trapped in your lungs too, and that's how it suffocates people. So be careful. The mucus is super sticky. Like, super sticky. Like, super sticky. Like, it's super sticky. Like, it's nothing to play with. It's nothing to play with. Like, that shit is contagious. It wants to spread. And that's another thing about human coronavirus that's just confusing to me, is that all the known cases of it before now have been in animals, and now all of a sudden they're saying that it can't really be passed back and forth to most animals. It can only be passed back and forth to animals with more human-like features. That's kind of intriguing to me, I'm just saying, because, I mean, if the virus originated mostly in animals, Why they can't catch it from us? What did you do to it? What did you do to the virus? Like, I just want to know what they did to the virus. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sit here and just sound like a government conspiracy theorist, rantist, or whatever. I just really don't understand what's going on, and I don't like what the understanding that they're trying to make me have. Like, the way they're trying to make me understand this is not aligning with me as a person, because it's not making sense. It's not making sense. And if it's not making sense, all I can really do is not do the shit that don't make sense. And what don't make sense is a mandated vaccine for a flu-like virus. So that concludes today's episode of, I don't know, Story Times with LYC. Yeah. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Here are some videos, and here is my face for you to click and subscribe. Really not my face, more like my whole body, but you dig what I'm saying, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Peace.